What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of 𝐦𝐨𝐤𝐞 Knowledge. Today, we'll be continuing our Venus series and taking a look at everything you need to know when dating someone with a Venus in Leo. So, let's get into it. First thing you need to know is that Leo is ruled by the sun. It corresponds to the original 5th house. And Leo is all about having fun. Leo is about creative self-expression and individuality, okay? And with it being ruled by the sun is very much so connected towards our egos, all right? Whereas Aries is the spark of ego and becoming conscious of yourself as an individual. Leo is the actualization or creative expression of that ego. So one thing to keep in mind with Venus and Leo people is that they view their partners as extensions of their ego, which inclines them to naturally be attracted towards really confident and outgoing individuals. But what I found in my studies is, depending on the house that this Venus and Leo is placed in, and actually how much confidence that Leo person displays, dictates whether or not they attract that type of partner. So there's a key thing we learn with a position like this, is that opposites truly do attract. So if you had someone with the Venus and Leo who may be like a 12th house sun, so they don't naturally exert or show their ego, they will attract someone who can act that out for them. Okay, but overall, they are attracted towards confidence. Okay, and with this being a sign of creative expression, they search for that in a partner, someone who is creatively inclined. And the reason for this is because they are seeking to be inspired to be even more creative themselves. All right, so it's kind of like what I said with Venus and Gemini. With Venus and Gemini wants to consistently learn within partnership. Venus and Leo is looking for inspiration. And then going back to that point also with fiery energy, that ignites the masculine principle and really gets them going. Okay, but more times than not, the person with Venus and Leo themselves embodies some type of creativity, okay? But naturally they seek this out within others. Now, it doesn't have to be a traditional type of creativity like artist work, music, drawing, or anything like that. But they really do appreciate those type of people a lot more and find them fascinating. So even if their partner isn't like an artist, you'll see them with friends like that. All right, but whether you just have to be creatively inclined in some type of way. Your creativity can come through, like, say you have a job working with computers and technology, or you know, you run your own business, and all of this is creativity. And the Venus and Leo person appreciates that, and they are inspired. They want to be inspired by their partner. So relationships for them is about helping them expand on their own ego expression. So gaining, remember, it's ruled by the sun. So when others, let me see your light. Okay, next thing with Venus and Leo, it being fiery energy. And we're gonna find this with all fire signs. But I think if you were to do a poll and you asked 10 Venus and Leo people, what is your primary love language? I would put money on it that 100% of them would say physical touch. So what you really need to know here is that these are extremely physical people. Okay, so like I said, even if they don't come off this way, right? Because the Venus may be in like the 12th house or the 8th house or somewhere where it just doesn't seem like, okay, this person is outwardly, you know, sexual or whatever. Trust me, they are. And they appreciate an aggressive partner, someone who can reciprocate that type of physicality. All right? So if you're dating a Venus in Leo, touch them. You know, shoulder, hair, all physical touch is welcome, because it therefore creates an aspect or pardon me, an area of playfulness, which is another thing. All right, so physical touch, be physical. And I would also say this for Mars and Leo as well. Okay, so then that brings me to my next point about, all right, so my next point that I wanted to make here was about playfulness. So Leo corresponds to the 5th house, which is about having fun, playing, right? And also children. So there's a spirit, a very youthful spirit towards Leo people. So within partnerships, they need to have this certain level of exchange with their partner that feels like that. So although Leo can be dramatic, right, when, you know, problems and things come about, they're not really the type to hold grudges or take things too seriously, because they themselves are quite playful, and they like this within others. So my advice to you, if you're dating someone with a Venus and Leo, don't be too serious. You know, once again, they are the sun, and they're looking for a partner to brighten up their day. All right, and they take pride in being able to cheer their partners up and things of that nature, but they definitely don't want to deal with Debbie Downers or someone who just isn't jovial. Okay, so create a playful arena with Venus and Leo. Next thing you need to know, generosity is paramount towards reaching these people's heart. The person with Venus and Leo themselves wants to spoil their partner, okay? And say you're not a person who's like big into giving gifts or anything like that. It's not about being like buying an expensive gift. It's just about giving in general, you know? So to some extent, you don't want, to some extent you want to try to match the Venus and Leo person's energy within giving. So like I said, it doesn't have to be necessarily something material, but give them time, you know, give them your ear, give them whatever fully appeals to their position. So say you're dating someone with Venus and Leo in the 10th house, give them your attention towards their career, okay, or advice regarding their career. Motivate them within that area. If it's, you know, a Venus in the 2nd house, you know, is going to be more on the gift giving side. But what kills a relationship with these people, what makes them lose interest, is when they feel like they can't be themselves, which is naturally giving. Because remember, Libra is about balance. That's the sign of relationships. So after, Venus and Leo will give you the world in the beginning, but after a while they will catch on to the fact that, this person doesn't really give in return. So seek to be generous just as much as they are, okay? And then it brings me to my last point, which is one of the misconceptions about Leos. It kind of is and it kind of isn't. So Leos are known as like attention whores, you know, kind of want all eyes on them. And I would say within the case of Venus and Leo, you can find with these people a great balance between an attentive partner who's not clingy. So more times than not, you'll see with people when when they give you all their attention or they demand a lot of attention, these people can be kind of clingy. Venus and Leo, more so, they're able to do their own thing, but they just want to know that they are cared for. They want to know that they have your attention. So just like I said with like Taurus, another fixed sign, have certain times or establish a certain rapport with the Venus and Leo person that lets them know you're thinking about them, or where you know that affection and playfulness, everything I talked about, can really shine through. It doesn't have to be 24/7, but it does have to be somewhat frequent. So just in my experience of dating Leo type people and all of that, I just think it matters to them, and it's not excessive. It doesn't feel like overbearing or anything. Remember, Saturn being exalted within the sign of relationships, they are a responsibility. So within every person you date, you just have to understand how to appeal to them. And Leo wants to know, like, hey, you're thinking about me. So it can be as simple as a text, but just make sure you're doing those things. But overall, I think it's Venus and Leo people are great people to date. You know, I think you'll never really forget them if you have dated them. It can be extremely rewarding, fun, and all of that. And yeah, so this is my interpretation of everything you need to know when dating someone with Venus and Leo. If this is you, feel free to chime in. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so now. Until next time, peace.